Hello people of YouTube, Mountbatten here with my second impressions video of the Richelieu. Now second impressions means that I've done about 20 or so battles in it, so I have a better idea of how the ship handles and feels. And that's what this is. So starting off, I'm trying to cap the B cap here with my team, but then I realized we are being flanked by, there's a Gross Occur first, a Montana, and a Key over there. At least that's all that's been detected. And I am rushing over there to stint their advance. I'm using the speed boost to turn and get out of B fast and get to C. Now, as you can see, for those of you that play battleships, you know turning is basically a death sentence half the time, but with the speed boost it really helps you get out of there pretty fast. And there's the Montana. A bunch of overpins on his bow. The guns have really good penetration, so you'll find that when you're shooting at cruisers or the bow of battleships, you will overpin them quite a bit. It's not as bad as a Roma, because you can actually hit what you're aiming at in the Richelieu. But anyway, so I've determined that, well, there's a Montana there, there's a Key and a car first coming around the corner. If I turn, I'm dead, so I'm just going to become a really large above water torpedo. Turret gets knocked out. That does unfortunately happen because you are bow tanking a lot in Richelieu, so you will lose turrets pretty, not insanely often, but fairly often. And their New Orleans has come out to play, and I'm like, well, might as well get a little bit more damage off of this maneuver. And you see a bunch of overpins from that close of range on a cruiser. The other turret got knocked out, so I don't have it up yet, and boop! Easy 96,000 damage. Yeah, Richelieu's really good at ramming, especially if you're at low health, because you can just pop the speed boost and just get going. Now this next battle, this is... watch this. Yep. Someone sat in the quay for 5 minutes. Me in the midway against the Monarch and Haraku, however you say that. So, yeah, this is going to be a good clip on the Richelieu's AA. I have a 95 AA rating in the Richelieu right now. I traded the turret rotation module for the AA module. Yep. Now, I was thinking, well, I know the Monarch doesn't have reshoot levels of AA. So, if I can work with the carrier and he can use his fighters and I can use Richelieu's AA, we can, whittle down the Hakaru's planes and then win. So, ask him what's his plan. And I think I know who sat in the queue for 5 minutes. It's the AFK midway. Yep, he's not there. So it's me against the Monarch and Hakaru. Now, like I said, this my Richelieu does have 95 AA, but it's a tier 8 against a tier 10 Japanese carrier. Yeah. This clip is a little longer than the other clips in this video, just because I want to show the full stupidity of 2-on-2 with carriers. Now, since he's AFK, I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna go get a cap. Maybe their carrier's AFK too. I was hoping for that. So I'm chugging on along to A. I don't remember the Monarch's detection range, so I was just hoping that it's bigger than mine so I could get a jump on him. And I don't even know if they're even like going to try this or what, because this has never happened to me before and I have like 2,000 battles played. But no, look, there, Hakaru is not AFK, I'm ticked by planes. So I'm going to get the full attention of his flight deck. And yep, there's the torpedo bombers. I don't have manual fire control for AA. I just selected it just so they would focus fire on one squadron. Pop the speed boost to hopefully throw his planes off. Give me some more maneuverability. As you can see, I do shoot down quite a few of his planes. And this is also showcasing the 37% torpedo damage reduction that the Richelieu has. I popped the repairs and damage control. That's the only way I'm going to survive this. And here comes dive bomb, which again focus on one squadron. These are tier 10 planes, and this is a tier 8 ship. So, shooting down, you know, what is that, 3 or 4? It's pretty good. All by myself, with no support from the carrier. Here come the dive bombers. I maneuver hard with the speed boost, and they miss. Shut down another 5 planes, and now I'm, just because of the maneuvering, I'm heading to the B cap. Yeah, I was turning at 28 knots. Not many battleships can do that, and my carriers here only after I've lost almost half my health. And I immediately informed him that I have a 95 AA rating. That's what he has to work with. His fighters are out now, and I tell him just keep the torpedo bombers off of me, because I can dodge the dive bombers. And oh, there's the Monarch. He's got his HE loaded. Thankfully no fires were started there. Get 14k on him, that's a nice good roll. Now that's the thing about the Richelieu, if a battleship is broadside to you, you're going to take like 13k, 14k, 15k off of him. It's really nice to be able to do that. It's unlike the Roma where if battleship's broadside to you, you could get 2k, you could get 20k, you don't know. It depends on if your shells hit. The Richelieu shells are much more reliable than the Romas. I'm comparing them because they both have really good penetration. They have the overpin problem on the cruisers. And there my secondaries start popping off. Trying to get another angle on him. The carrier was spotted there for a second, so I'm trying to move in his general direction. So hopefully I can just sink the carrier that way. Me and the midway can just gang up on the Monarch. The Monarch's pretty low because the midway's been focusing on him, but here come the torpedo planes again. I'm out of speed boost, so I'm not as maneuverable as before. And here comes everything, honestly. Look at this, all these planes flying around me, and shot one down. Those bombs did miss. Oh my god. You would think that with just a cloud of planes around you like that, you would shoot down way more than one plane, even with a tier 8. But I mean, it's a tier 8 with 95 AA. You'd think it would shoot down more than one plane, but you know, whatever. So that leaves the midway. I'll put a time to jump to, so you want to skip the rest of the battle, just go into the rest of the Richelieu stuff. But anyway, midway's being fired up by the Monarch with his HE, doesn't set any fires. Now the Monarch doesn't have, it has a higher than average chance of fire, but doesn't have the stupidly high chance of fire that the Lion and Conqueror has. But it doesn't have good torpedo protection either. So here come another wave of torpedo bombers on the Monarch. However, they completely miss. I don't even know if that was a manual drop or what. It's gotta be from the miss that bad. So So the Midway is running from the Monarch and the Hakuru's back there. Midway's planes are just being shot down. I don't know why it's not using that second squadron to move over to him to shoot down the torpedo planes coming after him. But, you know, whatever. And why he wasn't even involved in that second squadron and in the fight that other squadron was in. Anyway, here come the torpedo bombers and the dive bombers on him. Dive bombers again miss. He takes 1, 2, 3 torpedoes. Deploys another squadron of torpedo bombers. Here come another wave of enemy torpedo bombers. And he takes another one. I don't know if that other one registered the hit, but it should have been 2. Here comes the Monarch. And look what he does here. He drops them at the front, giving the Monarch the easiest pattern to dodge. I was like, well, why did he do that? That's how the second squadron coming. I'm like, oh, well, he's going to get him from the side now that he's already maneuvered to dodge the ones coming in the front. But no, he drops them from the front again, giving the Monarch the easiest torpedoes to dodge. Look at that. So anyway, at this point I'm like, well, he's either going in for a ram or he's hoping that the Midway secondaries can obliterate the Hakuru, which they can, but not with that little health. And now he's going for the ram. Monarch tries to get some shots on him, and boop. This was potentially the dumbest game of World Warships I've ever had. And yeah, I barely did anything because I got eliminated by the hand of God known as the Hakuru. That was really, really annoying. Anyway. So there's the, what the thing's called, the Ashitake or whatever. So, this is another good clip showing the strengths of the Richelieu. Because look at the minimap. My team's completely hanging back. I'm the furthest battleship up. Besides that, I think there's Colorado at B. And he's about to get eliminated. So here's the Atago. Broadside. And I get 2 Citadels on him.
Confirmed penetration.
Like I said, it's got good pins like the Roma, but unlike the Roma, it can actually hit what it's aiming at. So I popped the speed boost here because I realized my team is not being any help here. My plan is to build up some speed, take a hard left, and go on over to A because there's much less enemy ships there, and maybe cap that. Take another shot at the Atago, but RNG decides that it's going to live. Still did like 3k to it because of all the overpins that hit it. So I'm waiting for these battleships to fire their next salvo, so I will have a break when they're reloading to turn and get away. And there comes some HE from the Ashitake, whatever that thing's called. And there's, I believe that's South Carolina, North Carolina. Fire. Get a Citadel. Nice damage.
Severely damaged.
There's the Alabama. He knew what I was waiting for, so he waited until his best opportunity. And actually not that bad. Richelieu took that pretty well. Ah, there's everyone's favorite floating citadel, the Pensacola. And I'm turning at, what, 25 knots? Not many battleships can do that. So he's angled though, so I just try to guesstimate where he's going to be and take a pot shot at him. Get a good pin on him. Now again, here's, like, look at this. My team's all grouped around the carrier for some reason. No one's really pushing. I'm getting HE spammed. Thankfully the ship is fast and most of the shots are falling short of the Citadel. Take another shot at the Pensacola, but unlike battleship captains, he does turn away from the shots. Still get some good pins on him. Okay, I get a little chance to take a breath right here. I'm still detected though. There comes some shots. I think those are from the Bismarck. And I prepare my rebuttal as he goes undetected. And get some good pins. Okay, now I'm turning into this cruiser's smoke, just so I can vanish for a second and take a breath of air. Yep, there we go. I'm undetected now. There's an Edinburgh up there. He's bowing to me. Here comes the Pensacola. And please note that we have not sunk any ships yet. And I tell them to push and chat.
Engine boost deactivated.
So the Edinburgh's bowing. I don't want to take that shot. There's the Pensacola. And RNG says no. I start turning away from the ships on my right side, therefore giving them a smaller profile of my ship. I don't want to get citadeled right now.
The ship is on fire.
Yeah. Pensacola's turning again. I line up the shot and let the shells fly. And in true nature, get a citadel on the Pensacola and kill it. As the only ship our team has killed this entire round. So what did all that do? Well, it postponed our defeat by about 30 seconds. Yeah. There's only so much you can do in a game. So while this may not have been the best demonstration of Richelieu's killing abilities, it does show that you can get away with getting stuck in there and running away. It's nice to have a battleship that can really keep up with the cruisers when the cruisers decide to bail on a push. Because most battleships, when you go for a push, you're committed. Because you don't have the speed to turn away and get away. Because you're going to turn and you're going to get citadel to death by the other battleships on the enemy team. With Richelieu, you can pop that speed boost and be out of there. You don't get me wrong, you're still going to take quite a few lumps turning away, but you're going to live. You're going to live to be useful to your team. And as you saw in the clip with the Hakuro, it does have pretty good A because it did shoot down 13 tier 10 planes, and I was barely alive for, what, 6 or 5 minutes? So in summary, my second impression of the Richelieu is that it's a good tier 8. There's just a very steep learning curve to it. If you've never played the Dunkirk, then yeah, you're going to have some problems playing the ship at first. You can't show your broadside, or if you do, it has to be angled. It's very much a bow-on ship. I mean, what more can I say? It's a roided up Dunkirk, and I love the Dunkirk. The dispersion's a bit wonky, but it's not as bad as the Roma. I mean, God, if it was bad as the Roma, I wouldn't even be making videos on it. But yeah, it's a good ship. I feel that once the tech line comes out, it's going to be an enjoyable grind. I'm pretty sure people are going to complain about it at first because it's the first to have the 2 turrets in the front configuration, I believe. Let me check on that. Yeah, it's the first ship in the French line to have a really wonky turret setup with the 2 turrets in the front. So I feel like there's going to be a pretty big learning curve. Well, I mean, it's really the only one with a really wonky turret setup. You got this one, then the Alsace has the normal turret setup, and then the France has the one in the front, one in the back, and that's all you get. But anyway, yeah, if you liked the video, drop a like, subscribe, it really helped me out, and thanks for watching.